Hi there folks, welcome to RRTV. My name's Bernie Weemers and I'd like to welcome to the comms box Adrian Jarvis. Welcome Adrian.
Hey Bernie, hey viewers, yeah, thanks for having me. Looks like we're back in it, Bernie. Had a little bit of break and doing some bit more commentary, mate.
Yeah, and we're pretty excited too because we're covering the Sim Racers Asia Clubman Championship, and we'll be bringing this to our viewers every Saturday night from this time. And it's going to be quite an interesting format, isn't it, with the racing. And this has got a lot of teams from Asia and Australia competing in this series.
Yeah, it certainly is interesting racing. Go back, this series actually goes a long way back, doesn't it, Bernie? It's been quite a big series in the past, and something that I have been a part of earlier on when I first got on to iRacing. So it's a bit of a switch around for me and on here and commentating on the racing tonight, so it's going to be really cool.
Yeah, I also used to compete in this in the McLaren quite a few years ago, so it's going to be exciting to be able to call this race. For the viewers out there watching, this is a 45-minute timed race. We're covering the Clubman series, so that's all the drivers with an I rating under 2,000. They're limited to 66.6% fuel, but pit stops are not mandatory. However, I suspect, Adrian, they probably will have to make a pit stop tonight.
Yeah, I think they will. It's 66.6% fuel capacity on there. With these big straights here at Road America tonight, they're definitely going to chew up fuel. So it'll be interesting to see how they go. But yeah, I'm almost put money on that. The guys will have to pit.
Yeah, definitely. And the other thing for the viewers out there, they have one fast repair, and after that's chewed up, then they're on their own.
Yeah, certainly do, and they even got incentive points as well, Bernie, which is really cool in this series. They give you 5 points for no incidents, 4 points for one, and 2 points for 3 incidents and others. So that's not too bad. A little incentive for these guys to try and get some extra bonus points on their competitors.
Oh, it definitely is. And as far as I'm aware, they also score points for themselves, but they're also scoring points for their region, I guess, for the region championship.
Yeah, they've got team championship there, Bernie. It's also tally the points from the top 2 finishes of a team in each of the Clubman and Pro classes in each of the 11 races. So basically, how many teams are there? So you could have 5 drivers, 3 in the Pro and 2 in the Clubman. So you'll get, I think it's the first one home in Pro and the first one home in Club to score those points for the championship.
Yeah, so that just adds another incentive to the drivers, doesn't it, to do the best they can out there. At the moment, we are seeing the last 9 minutes of qualifying. It looks like Martin Silvessi is on provisional pole at the moment in his Mercedes, so he's always been pretty quick and someone to keep an eye on.
Yeah, he's definitely got that Mercedes knowing second place at the moment. Phil White, he's not that far behind either, so definitely a couple of quick guys here at the moment, and looks like Daniel Leet in here has a couple of cars come together there down the main straightaway, which hopefully that doesn't happen in the race.
Yeah, that's right. And they're going to have a rolling start here tonight, so that should add to the hopefully, well, it won't add to the carnage. Hopefully there won't be any carnage in this first corner, but in previous broadcasts we have seen cars get unstuck through there, haven't we?
Yeah, just turn 1, it narrows up, doesn't it? And if you get on the wrong line there, it really can unsettle cars, and it gets really messy getting into turn 1. So, and then down into turn 3, so it can get a little bit messy in those 2 corners, and then obviously down into turn 5 as well there, Bernie. It can get a little bit hectic down there. I remember doing one for the SEK, I think. Guys were dive bombing down into that hairpin, but it made for good racing though.
Yeah, and the other thing they're going to we'll have to keep an eye on is the slipstream, because down that long back straight and the front straight there, the slipstream does come into effect on these cars.
Yeah, the guys that are going to suffer down there are the guys who are in the BMW, aren't they? They just don't have the straight line speed. Actually tonight, Bernie, we've also got the Ford GT in this class as well, so it's going to be interesting to see how well the Ford GT runs here. Hasn't been out there recently in the GT3 land, but looks like Mark Lang, one of the hosts in this series, has decided to bring it in, which is not a bad sounding car, so it's good to see it on track.
Oh, it certainly is, and it's one of my favourite sounding cars, that's for sure. So let's have a quick look at our weather out there tonight. So the sky is clear, wind speed 13 kilometres per hour with a track temperature of a hot 41 degrees Celsius. So it's another hot one out there tonight.
Yeah, nice slippery conditions for the boys tonight. So, well, tonight for us, today for them, wherever they may be. It's going to be confusing tonight, I think, Bernie.
Yeah, it certainly will. It'll take us a little time to get used to all the drivers out there, but with 6 minutes to go, here's your top 10. So we've got Martin Silvassi on provisional pole, followed by Phil White in second. Daniel Leeds been pushed down to third. Then we've got Martin Houston in fourth at the moment. Nuno Piera Tang is in fifth. Niranjan Kumar sixth. Seventh, Gary Cousins. Eighth, Simon George, I hope I'm pronouncing these right, Sanchez. Ninth, Mark Lang, and then Dong Hyun Kim is rounds out your top 10.
Oh, I think you did a better job than me there, Bernie, getting those names out. I'm sure I'm going to struggle tonight with those, so if I start abbreviate the guys' names, I do apologise, just make it a little bit easier for myself tonight, but no, it's going to be interesting, and hopefully we're going to see some great racing. And Mark Lang's the one that you got to be careful of here too, Bernie. He's no slouch behind the wheel. He just generally doesn't have much luck in races.
Yeah, he's definitely not a slouch behind the wheel, and hopefully he'll be able to put it all together tonight and have a good result on the first round of season 2 of Sim Races Asia GT3 Championship. It's interesting as well, Adrian. The Mercedes looks like the car to have here tonight. There's about 6 of them in the top 10 at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. Mercedes is showing its guns at the moment. It doesn't look like we've got any Fords in the Clubman Series tonight, which is a bit of a shame. But we've got the Mercedes, Audis and BMWs. The BMWs are going to struggle in a straight line, but there's a couple there in the top 10. Mark Lang's in one of those, and Simon's in one of those as well. So not doing too bad of a job there, but definitely not as quick as the boys at the front. They've definitely got those Mercedes fanging at the moment.
Oh, they certainly do, and it is fast becoming one of the favourite cars to drive in the GT3. I've been trying my hand at the Audi, but I tell you what, that's a twitchy car if you don't have it set up properly.
Yeah, reminiscence is very close. The rough and the McLaren, isn't it? It's very much on edge car. I've actually had a drive of it recently, and yes, it just doesn't have the feel that I like. The Mercedes is closer to the BMW, just the way that it is, and yeah, definitely a nice car to drive, and sounds totally awesome as well.
Yeah, it certainly does. It's got that same V8 tone that you hear in the Corvette, doesn't it?
Yeah, it certainly does, and it sounds even better outside the car, doesn't it? It just sounds real meaty, that V8 Mercedes, and it's a cool car to listen to.
Yeah, that's for sure. And for the viewers out there will be a couple of different camera views we'll be bringing you tonight. We'll be bringing you back the roof cam, and for those new to our broadcasts, that's a bit like the hamburger cam, I guess, in the V8 supercars.
Or whoever watches NASCAR on the top of the NASCAR as well. So it's good little camera view. And I suppose we should put a shout out there to our fellow commentators there in the AM series. I think it's going to be Alex and Brenton over there covering off the AM guys as well. So shout out to those guys. Hey guys, how you going? Hopefully you might return the favour to us.
Yeah, that's right. Apex Online will continue covering the pro split of this race. That's all drivers with an I rating over 2,000, and RRTV will cover the second split, which is a clubman split. So, hi guys out there, Brenton and Alex, I hope you're all going to have as much fun as we are calling this race here tonight.
Yeah, hopefully, these guys, it's good to get back in. Something that I haven't been around for a while, Bernie. It's just been on. It's a bit late here for us, I suppose. Nearly 11 o'clock, so getting a bit late. So generally, I go to bed and have a bit of a kip and all that. Catch up with this series later on through the forums, but covering it's going to be interesting and exciting, and yeah, just chomping at the bit, really, Bernie. It's a bit exciting, and we got to double up again tomorrow with another commentary session as well, which is 5 hours of commentary in that one. So late bed for us and an early start as well. So that's going to be interesting for us tomorrow.
Yeah, that's right. We've got the Australian Endurance Championship to broadcast tomorrow. It's a 10-hour at Road Atlanta. We'll be bringing about 5 hours of that coverage. Kicks off tomorrow morning, 10:45 a.m. So we're not going to get a bit of a sleep in the morning, Adrian.
No, unfortunately, we're going to have to try and get up early and get going and get a couple of coffees into us, I think, and hopefully they'll pick us up a bit to get going. It's going to be interesting morning tomorrow, but hey, look, I'm sure the professionalism that we are, I'm sure we'll get through that quite easily.
Yeah. I'm going to have the coffee machine on standby, I think, but Niranjan Kumar, he's just jumped up into second in that McLaren, so that's a great result for Niranjan at the moment.
Yeah, no, great job there. Once again in the McLaren, so showing his way there. It's Daniel in that Audi, doing well there for the Audi guys at the moment. All alone there, actually, by himself. The next Audi I can see is right down in, I believe, 20th, and there is a Ford GT there, Bernie, in 17th. So there we go. We do have a Ford tonight, so it'll be interesting as qualifying has finished up.
Yeah, so there's a few guys out there just finishing their flying laps. We're having a look here. Martin Houston is on a bit of a flyer here. We'll see if he can improve from his 5th position in this Mercedes. We've also got Nuno Pierre Tang out there. Gary Cousins is also running. He's sitting in 7th at the moment and looking at if he can improve, if they don't run out of time, that is.
Yeah, they've still got 2 minutes of time, so what they do is just set up a bit of lead time so the guys can actually get a lap done, because it is quite a large track, this one.
Yeah, so Martin's coming across the line now, sitting in 5th at the moment. Can he improve? It doesn't look like it. So, and Gary's in the pits at the moment. So that's pretty much ended qualifying out there tonight. And we'll take the viewers through the grid very shortly. See Alex Chang out here. A bit of a messy lap. I don't think he's going to improve on 24th, and once they get an off track in qualifying, it pretty much nulls out their time, and he's pretty much backed it off and gone for the pits. He was the last driver out there.
Yeah, so this should speed up the time remaining there, Bernie. You should click over and get that grid up for us pretty quickly, I think.
Yeah, it should come up pretty shortly, but in the meantime, let's have a look at our grid tonight. So Martin Silvestri will start out of pole, followed by Niranjan Kumar in 2nd. Phil White will start out of 3rd, followed by Daniel Leet in 4th. Martin Houston, he's going to start out in 5th tonight, followed by Tang in 6th. Gary Cousins will start in 7th. 8th is Sanchez, followed by Mark Lang in 9th. Then we have Oliveira starting out of 10th position. Out of 11th is Kim, followed by Lance Hawes in 12th. Then we have Teixeira out of 13th and Au out of 14th. Boost will start out of 15th tonight. 16th is Callahan. 17th Just, followed by Utri out of 18th. 19th is Cardoso, followed by Fu, who will start in 20th. 21st will be Belton. Starting out of 22nd tonight will be Rensburg, and then Hammond is down there in 23rd. Shang will start out at 24th, and rounding out our field at 25 will be Faisal Sata. It's quite a few new names there that'll take us a bit of time to get our heads around there, Adrian.
Yeah, certainly will, Bernie. Once again, new for us, new for to get this down, and obviously we're going to have learning on some of these guys' names, and something that we'll probably get down at some point, or we'll probably mess up completely all season long. But we'll do our best, and hopefully we get them right.
Oh yeah, we'll see how we go. I'm sure we'll be calling them like the pros before long. We can see the field now, folks, just lining up. A field of 25. It's a rolling start, so we've got a lap of the guys getting their cars up to speed, and then we'll be racing here at Road America for a 45-minute timed GT3 race. I guess, Adrian, these guys are going to pretty much attack this like a sprint, aren't they?
Yeah, for sure. So basically they're going to have their numbers sorted for fuel, so they stop in the pit lane for the least amount of times. They're not going to throw tyres on this, because there will be no point throwing tyres on at a 45-minute race. I mean, tyres on these should last at least an hour if you've got the setup right. So these guys will just bang around for a while, run to a certain number, or if they know how many laps they can do before they've got a pit, which they could do, they could pit in early and put fuel in, and take off from there. And it looks like have we got an Audi there up in second place, or is my telemetry gone silly and I don't have the right cars up there?
Yeah, telemetry's gone a bit silly. We've got Martin Silvestri will start out a pole there, and we've got the McLaren in second. So I think this is the furthest we've seen a McLaren qualify for a very long time, and it's going to be interesting to see how that car goes over the 45-minute race here tonight.
Yeah, my apologies there, Bernie. I did actually have that car there, so there you go. I've actually seen it with those two names, Mercedes and a McLaren. I just did not see the McLaren, so my apologies there. It is a McLaren, and good to see. Yeah, it's going to be quick in a straight line. We've noticed that with the McLaren, it's really quick, and like we've seen though, it's one of those cars that are difficult to get around corners. But if you've been driving it long enough, like we did see in the SEK series that we were covering, John Pisnick there, get that car sorted, and then he was quite quick in there and won the championship with those guys.
Yeah, well, once they get the setup of that car sorted, it's a good car to drive. But I'll tell you what, if you have that setup just slightly off, it can be a real handful, can't it? We've heard Adam Funslow comment on that car. He's one of the Australian drivers that generally campaign in the McLaren.
Yes, it's it can go all wrong, but it's also heavy on tyres. But in this 45-minute sprint round, I think the tyres will probably just starting to go off for these guys, and they can have a fairly aggressive setup. And I think we'll find that these guys can have an aggressive setup because it's only 45 minutes. So to try and get these cars pretty quick.
Yeah, well, that's right. It's as we were saying a moment ago, it's going to be treated pretty much like a sprint race, with probably a splash and go with fuel. I can't imagine any of the guys throwing tyres on in that 45 minutes, but a few of them will have to top up, and it'll be interesting to see if any of them attempt any sort of fuel saving here tonight.
Yeah, that's going to be the one thing that may happen, is just fuel saving, but it's going to be tight really, isn't it? We just know how hard you've got to go here in these cars, so you're going to be burning a lot of fuel in these cars. Not so much tonight with the track temperature, sort of, in a way. I know I sort of double dutch there, but because it's so hot, you're not going to be really hard on that gas pedal. You're going to be feathering it a little bit, so you're not going to use as much fuel as if it was a lot colder, where you could mash that pedal down and drive out of the corners, because you're going to have a lot more grip. But today these guys aren't going to have a lot of grip as it is, so they'll be a little bit gingerly on that gas pedal.
Yeah, we can see some of the guys deeper in the field there trying to get their brake temperatures up and on and off the brakes. A few of them are trying to weave to get that temperature into the tyres. We're coming into the final corner here tonight at Road America. The pace car will come in, and then Martin Silvestri, he will have control of this field to start round one of the SRA GT3 Championship, the Clubman Championship here tonight. So pace car is in. We are just waiting now for starters' orders. We can see the field queuing up, waiting for the start. It's going to be a slow start here by the looks of it, and we are under green here tonight. So Martin's got a good start with Kumar in second at the moment. Phil White will be sitting in third.
Yeah, so far so good. They are going out 3 wide here, Bernie, coming into turn 1. Oh, there's one off already. Here's another one. Oh, big incident there in turn 1, and it's happened tonight for these guys already. Mark Lang. Oh, no, Bernie, that was Mark Lang that's got caught up in that.
Yeah, there's another incident further down with the number 57. I tell you what, he's got into the floor. We've got a huge crash here at the back straight. I tell you what, these guys are racing for sheep stations here tonight.
Oh my God, Bernie! Oh, backing out onto the track, dude. That's dangerous stuff, and taking a few more cars out. That's a little bit not thinking there, just backing out on the track. That's crazy stuff there.
Yeah, although going through the Sargento Bridge there, it's claimed probably about half the field here. It's a very messy start out there tonight. It's I don't know how to call that. It's just it's messy.
Yeah, poor might be the good word there, Bernie. That was very poor racing at the start. Yeah, not something that you'd want to see straight out of the bat this series. That was bad, you know, turn 1 and then turn 2 as well. That's poor stuff and poor driving or poor thinking there from some guys. But just trying to see where Mark Lang has come out. Oh, we got a spinner. Gary Cousins has spun around, so just not quite yet right here at the moment. The guys have got to settle down.
They certainly do, and going through the drivers involved in that, Leonardo Lopez, Oliveira, Mark Lang, Kim Kyong Ao, Carlos Fu, Nuno Piera Tang was involved, Martin Houston, Tom Callahan, Gary Cousins, Frederico was involved in it, as well as Sanchez and Andrew Booth, and the list just continues on. It's been a very poor start here tonight at Road America, but at the moment Martin Silvestri is leading, followed by Niranjan Kumar in second, Phil White sitting in third, and then Nuno Fiera Tang in fourth, followed by Kim in fifth. So yeah, that start's pretty much spread out the field, hasn't it?
Yeah, it certainly has. It's a bit of a shame that it's turned into that, and it's spread the whole field out. So treating it like a sprint round, that's what they did. They were trying to get positions, and man, that was a wild start. It didn't disappoint in action, that's for sure. But I'm sure there'll be a lot of reviews going on there soon after the race tonight there, Bernie. Someone's got their hands full with trying to sort out that mess, that's for sure.
They certainly do, and Lance Hawes is also carrying a bit of damage in the KRF BMW. He's sitting in 7th at the moment, so let's hope that car can continue being competitive there tonight. Carlos Fu is in 8th, followed by Matthew Belt. Looks like he got through without any damage, and then the Ford GT3 with Rolf Just is already up to 10th, and it looks like he threaded that car through the carnage as well.
Yeah, I think he might have been lucky to get through some of those for himself. It was just so hard there, especially with that second incident there. This guy backing out on the track, that was just crazy stuff there, and just not presence of mind that other cars are coming through, so a bit of a crazy one, that's for sure.
Oh, it certainly is, and it's cost some of the drivers a good result here tonight. But let's look back up front, because Martin Silvestri isn't having it all his own way here, as Niranjan is trying to pull him in. The gap is 0.6 of a second here.
Yeah, Mr. Kumar there, he's hanging on at the moment, just which he can do with all that drafting. So we'll just see how well he hangs on. We do have a pit stop, and that might be the break that Martin gets tonight if he gets that pit stop, as we've got another car off the track here at the moment, which was Adam.
That was a car lapped down, but look at Niranjan now going to the outside. Boy, did he get a huge toe there under the slipstream, but Martin's covered him off under brakes.
Yeah, and sorry, Ben.
I was going to say, Niranjan's also got connection issues out there. He is flashing in and out a little bit. Hopefully that's not going to affect his race there tonight.
Yeah, I was just about to say the same thing there, Bernie. I saw him flash a little bit, so connections a little bit funny for Mr. Kumar there, but look, we'll see how he goes. Might be just with the guys he was around at the time, it might have been upsetting with that net code there, and looks like it's alright again, but Martin's got a gap, so this traffic already played a part in almost Martin losing the lead there, as we've got another lap car just up the road for these guys.
Yeah, I'm sure they're going to come across quite a few of them. We started with 25 there tonight. Looking at the cars on the lead lap, well, we've still got, 20 out there, I think, on the lead lap at the moment. We've got 3 in the pits or have retired, so we've lost Michael Hammond. Philip Jansen, Rensburg's also retired, and I think Tom Callahan might be the 3rd retirement of tonight's race already.
Yeah, looks like they're in there. Looks like Tom's just sitting in there getting repairs done, so that must have been a major hit for him. It's still clicking away that he's in the pits, so whether he's going to come back or it's just clicking away. But yeah, some of the guys in there spend a bit of time in the pits, that's for sure, getting repairs done. And I think that's what Lance might be doing too there, Bernie. Got a bit of damage there, but he's getting that car probably fixed when he comes in the pit. And actually, Tom Callahan has actually exited the room there, Bernie, so yes, he's out.
Yeah, and they did get one fast repair up their sleeve, so either those guys are just totally disgusted with what's going on here tonight, or they've run out of fast repairs. But here comes Niranjan again, and forced to the outside. Martin's got him covered off again, but tell you what, that McLaren is so slippery when it gets into that slipstream.
Yeah, it certainly is. Once again, you can just see it down that back straightaway. It was just closing in on that Mercedes, and yeah, it's quite quick when you see it happening, isn't it? It's unbelievable how quick that McLaren is.
Yeah, and it looks like the Mercedes is stronger through the cornering, and we can see as the McLaren's going wide as he's trying to get it to bite, and you can just see how that Mercedes just pulls away from the McLaren.
Yeah, you can't trail brake that Maca, so that's probably where the Mercedes has got it over, is it can trail brake in the corners with the Mercedes, so it just loses that front end grip. You can see there he just pushed through that corner, and Unfortunately lost the front there and he had to gather up, but he definitely closed in down that little straightaway there as well, and we'll see it as he comes up the front straightaway as well.
We certainly will. That gap last time by was 7/10 of a second as they come through now to complete lap 3 here. 36 minutes of this race to go. And now the McLaren will start stretching his legs. He doesn't really he uses his front straight to start pulling him in, but it's that back straight that you can really tell the slipstream taking effect.
Yeah, it just seems, yeah, it's sort of weird, isn't it? Probably just not quite long enough for the Macca to get the Mercedes, but down this back straightaway is definitely quick, isn't it? It's definitely a little bit longer, so he can close in. It's just getting it all sorted, but they've got some lap traffic that they might close in the next lap or two as well there, Bernie, so it's getting close for these guys.
Certainly is now. The McLaren will start stretching his legs, and you'll see here Martin will just take to the inside again. No, he covers him off that time. He felt a bit more secure, and the McLaren wasn't close enough to challenge, but he's having another look, just showing his nose.
Oh, that's a mistake. He's lost under that pressure, so Mr. Kumar's got through there, Bernie. Good drive.
Certainly is, and Phil White's trying to close, and now it's going to be interesting. Can Kumar actually get a bit of a gap here on Silvassi and get that McLaren with a comfortable lead here tonight?
Yeah, I think Martin's just got to stick to his line. He was doing alright. He definitely had the pace around the corners, and he can actually save a little bit of fuel behind this Macca if he plays his cards right.
And just saw the Macca there, just got a bit twitchy, and you can see the Mercedes of Silvassi is starting to close up.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. It's a good little battle here with these two guys, and now we get Phil White into the scene as well. So it's going to be a bit of a handful here for Martin soon. He's going to have to try and overtake and cover at the same time. So it's going to be really close racing, and lap cars just up ahead as well. So it's yeah, interesting race already.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting now to see how slippery this Mercedes is under the slipstream. Look at the power of that V8 as he just pulls the McLaren in. He's going to show his nose here, but I think he'll be. This is a practice run for when they get down this back straight.
Yeah, once again, there's a problem with these cars. The McLaren can pull its nose out of the slipstream and keep going. The other cars here, they can pull their nose out, and then it's like hitting a brick wall. They slow right down, and they just can't seem to get past the McLaren, which is a bit of a shame. But yeah, it's just the strength that Mac has got, isn't it?
Certainly has. We can see now the Mercedes, he's just not closing in down that straight. He's closing in a lot under brakes though, and that's the real strength of that car, is just how better it handles under brakes and through those corners.
Yeah, you can just see there, as you can see, the Mac just washed away there. Just lost the front grip a bit as he pushed through the corner, and he's going to back off in some of these high-speed corners as well. She's not going to handle them as well as the Mercedes, but no, this is a good battle with these guys.
Yeah, it certainly is, and it'll be interesting to see as they come in here. Just look at the way the McLaren is just floating wider than that Mercedes, and yeah, Kumar's definitely got his hands full with Silvassi at the moment.
Yeah, he's just got to keep the pressure on, doesn't he? The Macca gets a little twitchy again there as it's trying to go as hard as it possibly can, and the Mercedes is right there behind him. So just keep applying that pressure. You never know what's going to happen. As we know, Martin just made a little mistake earlier, and that's why he's in second place at the moment. Yeah,
and they're dropping White off a bit too, aren't they? So they're definitely, even though they're fighting for that position, they're putting in enough of a pace to start dropping Phil White off.
Yeah, I think at the moment, Mr. Kumar's not too worried about holding off Martin at the moment. He just knows he's got the straight line speed and can get into that corner, but so they're not really fighting as such, are they? They're just getting those lap times, and you can see there now they're 3/10 quicker than Phil through that last time, so that's where they're keeping the speed up, and they'll keep pulling away if they're not actually fighting for that position.
Yeah, and the way Kumar's driving that McLaren, he's absolutely eking out everything he can get from that car, and twice that lap I've seen the back end brake, and he's managed to hold it. But while he's doing that, he's going to be burning through those tyres.
Yeah, he certainly will, and it's going to be interesting on how long those tyres are going to live with that sort of punishment. We know that the Mako is really hard on his tyres, so we'll see how long he can last for a 45-minute race with what we got 14 and a half laps to go.
Yeah, that's right. They're on to lap 7 out there at the moment. I think it's lap 7, and we've just been going now for coming up to 15 minutes.
Yeah, so they've actually just having a look. Actually, Bernie, I've finally got my track map figured out, so I can actually see where these cars are. But yeah, no, it looks like this is an action-packed. We've got a few battles around here at the moment, so it's actually quite interesting to see where they are. We've got the lap cars up ahead there. There's 2 guys up there, which I might quickly go and see who they are. But looks like Martin's had a little mistake there, Benny.
Yeah, we're just having a look at the battle at the moment. Lance Hawes and Leonardo Lopez. They're having a great battle here, and that's for 5th and 6th at the moment. So the top 3 are starting to get a bit of a gap over Nuno Pereira in 4th position. He's 7.4 seconds down. And then we've got this battle going on for 5th and 6th, and they're 21 seconds down from the lead.
Yeah, just caught it back on here. Sorry, Bernie, just a little bit rusty. Haven't been doing this for a while, just trying to figure out where everything is. And yeah, Lance is doing a great job there in the BMW. He's just going to have a little bit of a problem there because he's lost a bit of aero on the front of that BMW. You can see there now he's actually losing a little bit of touch of the Mercedes. You can see there the BMW is definitely down on power, but probably even better through the corners. As he has a dive, gets a little bit loose, and he's covered that off. That's not too bad there, Bernie. He's done a pretty good job to get that covered, but he's going to struggle down the back straight. It's, he's had a look at it again. This is good racing here, good battling.
Yeah, I think Leonardo saw him coming there and gave him a lot of room, which was good driving. But now look at this Mercedes as it's stretching its legs and it just blows straight past the BMW like it's standing still. Yeah,
it's just doesn't have the power, the poor old BMW. As he overshoots, good driving there. These two are definitely having a good drive, but Lance just couldn't get that power down there, and Leonardo still holds on to that position. So good little bit of driving here with these guys. Nice clean racing, so it's good to see that we've actually got some nice clean battling going on at the moment.
Yeah, and this is allowing Dong Hyun Kim to also close up on these two, so we could see a 3-way battle happening very shortly. Meanwhile up front, Kumar, he's stretching in that gap. 1.162 seconds was the gap last time by, and it's now out to 1.3 seconds.
And they're still going at it, Benny. This is pretty cool, these guys down here. They're battling pretty hard, and you know, it's great to see. And Mr. Kidd here is actually a lap down. He's back in 19th position, so he's either going to have to do this cleanly or just wait and see what happens with these two.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, as we were saying, Lance Hall's car is beat up, but he's still getting a good bit of pace out of it. Where he's really struggling is on these long straights.
Yeah, just lacking power and doesn't have the aero, as you can see. There's a car off in the background there, Bernie, just piled into the wall. I can't see what car it was. And look at Kin here, he's definitely got better aero.
Yeah, he's just gone past Lance again, and that really shows how much of an aero problem Lance was fighting there. That person that did go off further back, that was Frederico that went off.
Yes, that's good on you, Bernie, catching that. I did see the car, I just didn't see what the number was. Just watching these guys battle, it's been great to see these guys having a good old battle here. You know, it's pretty good to see this lap car. He went in, he had an opportunity, he did it fairly cleanly, and then, you know, he come out of the corner and didn't have the pace, so he let the guys back through again. So, but it's opened up a little bit of gap, and you know, the way Lance is driving, he should close this back up again, or maybe let Kin go through here and let you know, drag him up through that way as well, because these guys are battling. Oh, with Kin getting a little bit wide there, so yeah, it's just a shame it's sort of back off at the moment, but it's been really good racing.
It certainly has, and looking further down the field, I guess this is really the battle of the race at the moment, isn't it? Because the top three now is spread out with 1 second, but here comes Lance Hawes again. He's got a good run. Tell you what, if that car was straight, he'd definitely be a lot quicker than he is at the moment.
Yeah, just a shame he got caught up in the early shenanigans early on at lap 1, wasn't it? But look, I think he hasn't got the car in because he was going to use his quick repair when he stops. It's, oh, that must be close. I think what he should do is, if he had a manager there, to try and get him in now to get that car fixed and do some laps on his own, because I reckon he'll leapfrog Leonardo here and probably get that position through the, you know, just driving on his own and getting that car sorted.
Oh yeah, definitely. And the question's going to be though, how much time is it going to cost to get that car fixed, and how long are these guys going to be in the pits if they have to pit at all?
Yeah, well, that's the other thing. Maybe they don't. They've already worked out they won't need to pit. Who knows? But I mean, with 66% fuel, surely you would think that you might have to put a little bit of fuel in it.
Yeah, well, these cars normally run for about an hour, don't they? 60 minutes, so they should only get around about 35 minutes of fuel, which means they'll have to do a splash and dash.
Yeah, so it looks like Kin is having a look down here. He'll get this done if he doesn't overshoot it. Oh, gets in close there to Leonardo, but just getting that drive off. See if he can keep going forward, and Lance might be able to follow him through here and try and catch up back to that battle again.
Yeah, Lance will need to tow up. Now what Lance wants is for Kim here to actually get on through Leonardo so they can resume their battle here for 5th position. Looks like Lance has got back through again, but he's got a bit of a gap now to try to cover off on Leonardo here.
Yeah, he certainly does. I mean, Lance is not quite enough. I think he's getting frustrated probably with Kin, but you know, Kin's got a nice clean car at the moment. That's why he's probably a little bit quicker, but geez, Lance does close back up on Leonardo here quite quickly, doesn't he?
Certainly does, and I tell you what, Martin Silvestri has taken the lead of this race again, and Kumar, he got that gap out to 1.3 seconds, and then something's gone wrong because he's now sitting in second. Looks like he's had a bit of an off track here, so we'll jump in and have a look at the replay just to see what has occurred here.
Yeah, sounds like a good idea. Sorry we missed that, folks. As you get to Lance, it's just having another look again. See if he can get this move done. He's sticking it there. It's still neck and neck, so he's doing a pretty good job at the moment. As they go into turn 1, he's got, just didn't quite have it there. So he's going to have to work and see if he can pull this move off, but he's going to be suffering down the back straightaway again.
Yeah, so the update there was Niranjan just went in a bit deep under brakes there as he was pressured by Silvestri, and Silvestri got him under brakes.
So we've definitely got two battles going on here at the moment, so we'll try and cover them off as best we can. We've got battle for 5th and 6th and battle for 1st place, which is giving us a decent entertainment, and obviously with this 5th and 6th we've got position number 19 trying to get past these guys, get his lap back on these. try and push forward, but it's a bit hard for him at the moment.
And Phil White's currently sitting down in 6th. He was in 3rd, but he's done his pit stop, 6.7 seconds, and so it does look like these guys are going to have to do a splash and dash here.
Yes, Lance has gone around the outside, Bernie. Would you believe he went around the outside at I think it was the carousel there, so he went around the long way to get that job done. He's done it. That's a brilliant move. As all Leonardo goes wide, and so does Kin as well. So just trying to push that car, just got probably a bit of error watch. So that was a fantastic move by Lance there. That was great and brilliant to watch.
Yeah, well, even though that car's beat up, it's definitely showing it. It's still got the handling characteristics of the BMW. It just doesn't probably have the top end speed of a shopping cart at the moment.
Yeah, it's just a bit of a shame. So let's hope he's got that quick repair on, because I believe they've got one quick repair. So he's got that up his sleeve. So I believe he hasn't pitted at all, which he hasn't. So let's hope he's got that click, so when he comes in that gets fixed, and that thing's going to be even quicker than what it is now. So it'd be cool to see how it goes. But brilliant racing by Lance. That was fantastic to see him go on the outside.
And meanwhile, up the front here, Salvassi's starting to stretch the legs of that Mercedes, and his last time through was 0.8 of a second. The live gap at the moment, just about 1 second in front, 0.9 of a second at the moment.
Yeah, I just wonder if those tyres are starting to go off for Mr. Kumar there. It's just starting to scream blue murder there, Bernie, on those tyres on that McLaren.
Yeah, well, we've got 19 minutes to go of this race, so we're just about 2/3 race distance, and again Kumar goes wide there, but he's definitely been harder on his tyres tonight than Salvassi has.
Yeah, the only benefits that Kumar's going to get at the moment is that the traffic ahead as it looks like they're battling. Oh, geez, Kumar right off there hits the wall, so just overshot there. That was real crazy stuff there.
Certainly was. He locked that up under brakes, and we might jump back and have a look at that on the instant replay, because he had it all sorts of crossed up, didn't he?
Yeah, he certainly did, and while that was going on, Martin just had a little issue there of a lap car, but he's didn't do anything major, just had to brake harder and avoid contact with the lap car or the slower car in front of him.
I'll tell you what, Kumar did a good job in pulling that car up. He just glanced that wall, but all that was because he got one tyre off into the grass under braking.
Yeah, just nasty stuff, didn't it? Just overshot the car, but he's going to have a bit of aero damage, and that's going to slow him down a bit, I think, as well, Bernie. So, he'd still be fairly quick though, probably just as quick as the Mercedes. So, we'll see how he goes.
Yeah, it could have been a whole lot worse though. It looks like that car doesn't have a lot of damage on it at all.
Well, that'd be a strange one. He might have just glanced at them, but yeah, like you said, always the Audi makes a mistake. Hopefully he doesn't. Yeah, good. He stays off the racing line there and comes back on cleanly. So that was a good pass there for Martin. No drama for that one. No hard work for him to do that one.
Yeah, that's right. Breathe a sigh of relief, because all of a sudden that lead, it's gone out to 3.4 seconds, and Kumar's now, well, I guess he's just going to be gathering himself up, because I reckon after that his heart rate would be pretty high at the moment.
Yeah, it certainly would be, and just trying to bring that car home to a stop, and might click the quick repair on maybe, or he might leave it just in case, but coming down to it, I think we've only got like 8 laps to go or something like that. Quite a big lap, isn't it, around here, Bernie? It takes a bit of time to get around here. That's why we're not going to get a lot of laps in this race tonight.
Yeah, well, the leader's lapping in 2 minutes 10, the fastest lap out there at the moment. Just having a look, goes to Phil White with a 2:08.205, but his last lap was a 2 minute 10.
Yeah, and he's done a pit stop as well, so he's way back there, but that's good for him. It would be interesting on how, or he's like 41 seconds in a pit lane, so he's about 3 seconds behind the leader at the moment when they, or if they pit, which I'm sure they will do with 16 minutes to go, so these guys will leave it near the end. I think that's generally what these guys do in this race, is just leave it for as late as possible.
Yeah, it's the same thing we saw for the SEK, wasn't it? But Phil's now rounded up Leonardo. He's coming down the inside here on the main straight. He should make this easily. His next target's going to be Lance Halls, who's around about 3 seconds up the track from these guys.
Yeah, it was pretty well easily done there by Phil, wasn't it? Get through there quite easily, but got a little bit of traffic to get through. Geez, Kin's still trying to get around here, trying to get his virile racy, so might have been caught up in that first lap incident. We'll just have a quick look where he is on track here and find out where he would have started.
No worry. Oh, there's a big crash again. That was Kim's, just rear-ended all of the cars there.
Yeah, that's as I was looking and I heard you starting to speak there, but Phil's got away with it. But how did Leonardo go in that? That must have been, he must have suffered a bit out of that as well, but it seems to be racing okay. And geez, that's a lot of work for the officials, I think, after this one, Bernie. It's been a really crazy race.
Yeah, Leonardo got absolutely nailed there, and it looks like Kim was coming in under brakes. Leonardo got hit so hard he actually went past Phil White sideways, and Phil's managed to thread the needle and come out looking pretty good there. But Kin Kyong Ao's car, well, I think that's it for that one tonight.
Yeah, it's, after that big one there, it's just crazy. Just impatience, I think, Bernie. He was quicker. I mean, he definitely had the pace on the guys, but just impatience there, just not getting it sorted, I suppose.
Well, it looked like he was coming deep under brakes there, and they had a guy on the outside they were lapping, and he just looks like he's been caught out under brakes there, and absolutely nailed the back of Leonardo's car. But Leonardo's car, it still looks remarkably straight, would you believe?
You might have to go and have a look at his car, I suppose. He's been sitting here with Phil White, but yeah, it doesn't look too bad, does it? It looks pretty clean. Even the rear of the deck looks pretty nice and clean. So possibly got away with a good one there, and be able to keep his position.
Yeah, I'm quite surprised really, because the whole front of Kim Kyong Ao's car was absolutely destroyed, and this car doesn't even look like it's had a hit. So they must breed these cars tough in Germany.
Yeah, pretty sure of that one. They definitely are tough, and I was saying Leonardo might keep his position. Well, he's actually under attack here by he's trying to have Matthew here at the moment, so he's going to have to keep his wit about him here at the moment, and Matthew's in that Audi.
Yeah, and that's the first of the Audis at the moment, up in the 7th position, and I tell you what, compared to the Mercedes, these Audis absolutely scream their heads off, don't they?
Yeah, just a unique sounding car, aren't they? They're very Formula-esque sort of scream type, isn't it?
Yeah, it's got that whine as we jump on board here with Matthew Belton, and just let the viewers appreciate the sound of this Audi. Tell you what, those Audis absolutely scream around here. But I'll tell you what, the other person screaming around here at the moment is Lance Hawes. He's in 4th position at the moment, and he's 4 seconds up the track from Phil White. And Phil's got a bit of work to do here with 11 minutes to go of this race.
Yeah, well, it's going to be interesting. I'm sure these guys at the moment haven't pitted as well, and I'm sure they're going to have to at some stage. So, you know, if that's the case, the telemetry, which is really good, gives you a lot of information. Phil did a 38 pit lane, so full pit lane stop was 38 seconds. At the moment, you know, that would put Phil in front of Lance, but he's miles off the other guys, you know, 44 seconds behind. It's just not enough to get any further, and he'll be in 3rd place by the time the rest of the guys in front of him have pitted. And Lance will be okay out of this. He's not going to lose a great deal of time. I think he'll be about 5th or 6th by the time he's done his pit stop.
Yeah, well, I think he might be going into a bit of fuel saving mode here, because he's actually lapping a second slower than the top 5 at the moment. They're all in the 210s. His last lap was a 2:11.402. So I have a feeling he's going to try and do this without having to stop for fuel.
Well, I know with the BMWs, I'm pretty sure some of the other cars do have your map as well, your engine map, which you can help save a bit of fuel, but I don't know if a second's going to be enough, but we'll see what happens. It'll be quite interesting to see as who's in the pits at. Mr. Who's that? Nuno Perrier Tang there, he's in the pits now, Bernie, so definitely the guys are going to have to stop at some stage.
Well, at the moment, out of the top 10, the only person that has stopped is Phil White. We're into 9 minutes of this race going, so these cars would have to be pretty low on fuel. And you'd think they're going to have to come in and just throw some in. Tang did a 2.8 second splash and dash.
Yeah, which is put him in front of Phil. Oh no, put him in.
Sorry, he's still in there, I think.
Yeah, no, it's gone out to a little bit longer. He actually did 15 seconds, so he's put a lot of fuel in there. Too much fuel, because Phil only put 6.5 seconds worth of fuel in.
Yeah, that's right. And that's allowed Rolf Just to come through in the Ford, and I think that's the only Ford out there tonight.
Yeah, the only Ford tonight, which is good to see it out there. Once again, you know, it's probably not a GT3 as such, but you know, I like it. I think it needs a little bit of love and get it back out there on track. I know it did at one stage there when they were going to be changing things around before we got the Mercedes and Audi, and then it got disloved again quite quickly. So it was good for one season, and then it was shuffled back again the next. But no, I'd like to see it get a little bit more love and see a few more cars out on track there, and it'd be really cool to see.
Certainly would. And tell you what, I was having a look at Le Mans on the weekend, and that Ford GT3 or GT they had running in the GT3 Pro class, that was a slippery looking car, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, for sure. So wouldn't it be nice if we get that in this series? It'd be a nice little car to have as well. It'd be awesome to see in this sort of series, that's for sure.
Certainly would. So with 7 minutes to go, folks, here are your top 5. Martin Silvassi is leading. That gap's out to 4.5 seconds. Second is Niranjan Kumar in the McLaren, followed by Phil White. He's up to 3rd now. Then Lance Hawes down to 4th. Lance is in the pits. See if he uses that fast repair. Then that's allowed Matthew Belton. He's up to 5th position, soon to be 4th in that Audi.
You know, it's good to see, and Lance is in that pit lane now, Bernie, so we'll see how quickly he's in here for. So he's dropped down already down to 8, so my predictions were way off there at the moment. The guys in front of him still have to pit as well, so 9.3 that might be a little bit of repairs in there maybe, but he should have had a quick repair as well. So 40 seconds he was in that pit lane for all up.
Yeah, he's come out, used that quick repair, so his car's now all shiny and new, and it'll be interesting to see where he finishes tonight when all these pit stops shake out, because I'd say the other guys are going to have to possibly make a stop, and we've only got 6 minutes to go here.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Brandon, it looks like Leonardo's race has ended. He's had a knock there at some stage, and he's had to go to the pit, so see if he does a quick repair and keep running. He should get a reasonable finish out this if he stays in the car and get it fixed and back on track.
Yeah, and Kumar also had a moment there. Just having a look at where Leonardo's had his off. That was lap 17. So just have a quick look at this replay, see if we can pick it up. Of course, when we want to replay, our trusty telemetry doesn't allow it, but having a look now, Martin Silvassi, he's in the pits at the moment, taking service, and we'll see where he comes out. This might play in the hands of Phil White here.
No, I think he's covered off on Phil there. I think Phil's definitely got third covered, even when Kumar comes in and does his stop as well. I think it might be a bit closer than I think actually with Kumar and Phil though.
Yeah, having a look at this at the moment, 5.1 seconds was Silvassi's stop. Kumar is going to probably have to bring that car in this lap and take service. It'll be interesting to see where he comes out. I guess what you're saying from your telemetry, it's taking them, what, about 32 seconds from when they enter the pit lane to when they exit.
Yeah, I've got Phil did a 38 second and Martin did a 36, but the difference is that it's actually how much they stopped for. So Martin stopped for 4.9, didn't he, or around that 5 second mark, and then Phil stopped around for that 6.5. So there's 1.5 seconds, which is about right on the telemetry. So it's also going to come down to how much fuel they put in at the end of this race, and I'm sure Kumar's got to stop fuel unless he's done a little bit of fuel saving, but it's going to be a bit of touch and go with 2 laps to go, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'd say it would be if the others can't make it. I wonder what this McLaren can do. But he's got a gap of 26 seconds, so Silvassi should get him when he stops. But the question's going to be, here he comes now, the question's going to be, will Phil White get him?
Yeah, well that's the big one. It's going to come down to Phil White, and I reckon it's going to be reasonably close. I think it's maybe a second or two in it where Kumar might come out in front of him, but it just depends on his pit lane. If he's done a mistake, if he's gone in there too wide, well, he's lost that position, but you never know, he might get this done and have a nice quick stop, so it's going to come down to how long he actually stops in the lane for.
Well, Silvassi's coming through now, and Kumar is still yet to stop, so Silvassi's through to take the lead. Now where is Phil White? Phil White's coming up the straight now. Kumar is just exiting. It's going to be close, but he's got him covered off.
Yeah, it has got him, but it wasn't too bad. It was reasonably close with the time, so it's not too bad. He's about 3 seconds off there, so Kumar's done. But I think, you know, with this McLaren, we're seen as a bit twitchy, and you know, can Phil put the times in to close up? He's doing pretty good actually. Phil's last time was a 2:09, which is quite quick at the moment.
Certainly is. Most of the leaders out there are in the 2:10s, so 2:09.719, that's about 8 tenths of a second faster. So we knew he had to absolutely put the foot down there and try to close that gap, which he has done. The gap at the moment, well, we'll wait until the telemetry catches up and then we'll get that live gap, folks.
I'll tell you what, I wasn't too bad on getting Lance Hall's position, where he'd be out at the moment with the pit stops finished, and he is actually in fifth, so that's not a bad guess there, Ben.
Yeah, it was pretty good. And The only car out there that has not stopped at the moment is Matthew Belton, and is he out of fuel? I think he might be, because that Audi does not sound like it's screaming much at the moment.
I'll have to go and check him out, because this is going to be interesting.
I reckon he's out of fuel, you know. He just went down that back straight awfully slow, so I reckon he's just pushed that car too far, and he's got it going now, but he's definitely short shifting that car at the moment.
Yeah, the only thing he can do really, Bernie, to save the fuel is actually not go full 100% throttle. He's definitely slow, isn't he?
Yeah, certainly
really
is.
Slow. Oh yeah, yep, I think he's out.
So he's just pushed that Audi too far, hasn't he? And that's going to cost him, because Mark Lang is now coming to take Belton, and that'll bring Mark up to 6th position.
And good recovery there for Mark. Got caught out in turn 1 there, so was caught in that first corner incident, so it's going to be a good finish for him tonight.
Yeah, it certainly
and
will.
It's out.
He's definitely out of fuel, isn't he?
Oh yeah, he's trying to limp this home, but he's got to drive up that hill yet, so it's going to be a hard one to get up there.
Yeah, it certainly is, and well, that sort of answers the question, doesn't it? Nobody has managed to get home without a stop. Matthew, I reckon he was trying, and he was just probably 1 lap short of getting that car home.
Yeah, just didn't fuel save enough, and is he going to make it? No, he's going to stay out there, but he's going to try and putt around and classify where he is, which is, I think I would have taken at least a second of worth of fuel or something.
Yeah, I think so. He's got a whole lap to complete, and I can't see that Audi completing a lap the way it's going at the moment. I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, this is the last lap anyway, Bernie. It's going to have to throw the white flag. Martin's not even close to the finish line here, and we've only got no time remaining. It should go white.
Yeah, we're at white now, and Martin Silvassi's coming into the final corners, and to take round 1 of the Clubman Championship here at Road America, it's going to go to Martin Silvassi. Good drive by him tonight.
Yeah, good 8-second gap, 9-second gap. Got to try and get this too. And I'll tell you what, Phil's done a pretty good job there to close in on Mr. Kumar, but just didn't quite have it there at the end. So Kumar in 2nd, Phil White in 3rd. So great drive by those two tonight.
Certainly is, and I'll tell you what, Kumar will celebrate. He just had about 3 car lengths over Phil White, but Phil was closing at a great rate of knots. Nuno Piera Tang will come home in 4th position, so another good drive there by that Mercedes driver. And then a fair ways down we have Lance Hawes coming home now in the KRF Motorsports BMW for 5th position, so that's a good drive for him.
Yeah, considering he had a lot of damage on there, he definitely made sure that he could finish his race, and he did the right thing because that car looks pristine now, so good job there by Lance. And I'll tell you what, another good shout out here is Mark Lang. How's that? Gets caught up as well in that first lap incident, and drives this BMW, Mercedes, sorry. Mark's he's in the BMW. Drives it home in 6th, so one of the guys that run this series, so well done, Mark.
Yeah, and he was involved in that early incident, wasn't he? And he's managed to put in a fantastic recovery drive there. And then we've got Alex Chong home in 7th, so another Mercedes. Definitely the Mercedes are the favoured car in this series. And then we have Rolf Just, the first of the only Ford GT, coming home in 8th position. Then we'll have Daniel Leet right behind him in 9th.
I'll tell you what, Alex there come home 7th. He actually gained 15 positions tonight, so he did a really good job there tonight.
got Gary Cousins in the laser plumbing entry, home in 10th. Now Matthew Belton, he's managed to keep that car going, but he's down there in 12th position.
Yeah, he just fuel saved something fierce just to get it home. So he took one of those things. He could have pitted and probably still finished in 12th. So it's just one of those things. He shouldn't have just pushed it to that limit. I don't think, Bernie. He just didn't have those fuel numbers right.
Yeah, that's right. And he's the only car that actually went the whole way without a stop. But he's out of fuel now, as he's just bringing the car to a halt down the back straight here.
Yeah, so only one person to do it, but obviously it's just not worth it if you're doing it, fanging along like that. I think I've only ever seen or heard of it once in this series, that one guy actually managed to go a whole race without stopping, but he ran map 2, and that was quite a few seasons ago now, probably when I was actually racing, and yeah, it was quite interesting to see that he did that and he managed to win the race as well. But you know, it's very rare that actually works.
Yeah, and Matthews pulled it up on the back straight there. He has actually run out of fuel now, and he'll have to get that car towed home. But he got across the line, and that's all that matters, I guess. Let's have a look at the final results here tonight, folks. So Silvassi wins, followed by Kumar in second. Phil White comes home third, followed by Tang in fourth. Fifth is Hawes, then Mark Lang home in sixth. Great drive there. Chung, another great drive, home in seventh. Then we have Just in the Ford GT3, home in eighth. Daniel Leet in the Audi home in 9th, and then Cousins home in 10th position. 11th was Fu, followed by Belton, 12th. Then 13th was Houston, and he was the last on the lead lap. Then we had Sanchez, Oliveira, Cardoso, and all a lap down. 17th was Owen, 2 laps down, followed by Booth, 7 laps down in 18th. 19th was Texera, 11 laps down, and Kim, 14 laps down in 20th. 21st, well, 17 laps down was Sata, then Utri, Callahan, Pensberg and Hammond were not classified as finishers, and Rensburg was in the other Ford GT3, and they were involved in that first lap, I guess you could say, carnage. So it was a bit of a messy start there tonight, but the racing definitely got going, didn't it?
Yeah, it was definitely untidy for sure. There'd probably be a few penalties handed out for that. I mean, that was not pleasant to see. Exciting for viewers and us, yeah, sure, but something that you don't want to see like in any sort of race. So hopefully something might turn out of that. We'll see what happens. But a lot of hard work there for admin to get through that. Probably hand out some penalties for that. But just crazy start, I suppose.
Yeah, we'll just have another look at this crazy start and just the amount of carnage. Look at them all across the track, and it's claimed a lot of cars, didn't it?
Yeah, certainly did. I mean, probably near half the field that got taken out in that first two corner incidents there. We lost 3 in the first corner, and then we lost the rest of them in the second one, and some crazy driving there. Just seeing one guy reverse out on the track. I mean, while the cars were still flowing through, that was just crazy stuff.
Yeah, it certainly was, and you could just see it unfolding ahead. And Gary Cousins was involved in that, and it's just like dodging Car City, I guess you could call it.
Yeah, you know, it's like anything. The guys were warming up the tyres, which is sort of, I don't know if it actually helps at the start of the race. I don't know if your tyres are neutral until it goes green or whatever the case may be through iRacing. But yeah, that was just shocking sort of stuff. You know, I did probably call it in the start of the broadcast. We got to watch out for 1 and 2, and then the hairpin. But I think I think everyone got taken out at turn 2 there, and nothing happened at the hairpin, but except for later on, I suppose.
Yeah, that's right. But once the race got going there, we did see some good racing, which was nice. And of course, tomorrow, folks, we're going to see some good racing when the Australian Endurance Championship round 5 takes hold tomorrow. A 10-hour race at Road Atlanta. The Petit Le Mans, I think they've called it, which is based on the real world race, and we'll be bringing that to you live on RRTV starting at 10:45am in the morning. So, Adrian, we've only got about 10 hours off before we've got to start again.
Yeah, it looks that way, and obviously being the new commentary team for SRA this season, no one knows to come up and have an interview, so it looks like we're interview free, and we can probably get out of here early and catch some Zeds before we come back and do our big stint tomorrow.
Yeah, I think you're right there. So, folks, we hope you've enjoyed tonight's coverage of the SRA. We will be back next week for round 2 of this series. But in the meantime, it might be time to get some Zeds, and hopefully we'll see you all back in the morning when we take the track once again for the Australian Endurance Championship. So on behalf of Adrian Jarvis, I'd like to wish you all a very good night, and thanks for tuning into our coverage of the SRA Championship Round 1 at Road America.